So welcome to our team call. I first want to start with a couple things. So our team is on fire. I just went live the other day about us hitting elite and just all of you guys who are hitting 1,000 PV for the first time, or you're hitting 2,000 PV for the first time, or you're pushing for educator for the first time, or 3,000 PV or whatever it is, or you're just celebrating every win, because literally that's what we have to do, every small milestone, in order to keep moving forward and take that momentum, right, and take it to the next level. Because all this is building momentum from thing to thing to thing, to like victory, to, you know, success, to whatever, breaking out of your comfort zone, and it's a ripple effect. So first of all, I want to share our advocate opportunity call is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. My goal for each and every one of you, and what your goal should be for yourself, is to get one person at least on that call tomorrow night. If you can get more, that's great. If you know, just inviting people, and it's as simple as, and we're going to go through this because we're going to talk about doing this as part of our power hour tonight, but it's as simple as just telling somebody, you'd be really freaking good at this, or have you ever looked into this? Or, you know, I left a company with a solid income because I thought the comp plan was really good, but come to find out, like, I didn't know any different, right? I'd never looked at any other comp plan. So not that you would say that to a lot of people. I'm just saying, speak your truth to people. Tell them, people don't know this exists. Like, they don't know that this is out there. They don't know that you maybe they don't know you do this. Maybe they think that you just like to share makeup or whatever. Like, some people just don't quite understand what it is we do. So, and there's no obligation for them to come listen to this. So I encourage you to look at your dream team. Who's on your dream team? Who would just come and check this out? Another way to invite to this is to think about any client that you have right now that's obsessed with the products. Easy invite, super easy invite, to just be like, hey, you should be an advocate. Like, you would be really good at this, and it's super fun, and this and that, and our team and the community, and whatever you want to say, right? There's a million things that you could share, but just getting them on the call, and we're going to make it short. We're going to try to keep it to 25 to 30 minutes, but this is just a way to get in front of them so you don't feel like you're having to do all the legwork and all the conversation. It's like, just have them come and watch, to be a fly on the wall. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about that, but make sure that and I recommend that you guys get on that call just to see how it's ran, because y'all are leaders and you're bringing on leaders, and you need to see how this is ran so that you can do this with your team. Maybe it's 6 months from now, maybe it's 2 months from now, but regardless, it's going to help you kind of up your leadership, but also it's going to be good for you to be present on the call where, you know, you're going to have a potential prospect on there, hopefully. Okay, so as far as here we are, it's the 22nd, and we're kind of getting close to wrapping up the month. We have 9 days left in the month, plenty of time to make a lot of stuff happen. So it's time to really be thinking about how you're going to set your month up to end in the success that you want it to look like. So if you aren't where you wanted to be, it's fine. Like, trust me when I say that if you wanted to if you were at 0 PV right now and you wanted to take it to 1,000 PV and you had 9 days to do it, you can do it. If you really want to do it and you say that you're going to do it. And that's always been my mindset. And I know that's not everybody's mindset, but I'm just the type of person that's like, if I want to hit the goal, I know I'm going to get there, because why should I doubt myself, right? I know I'm going to get there, not because I'm conceited, not because I don't fail or I get a bunch of no's. It's just because I'm like, I'll make it freaking happen. Don't know exactly how, but I know that I can do it, and I know I'm going to push for it and continue and show up. So I want you to think about that, because again, a lot of you are, you just hit 1,000 and you're pushing for educator, and you have to speak that greatness in yourself, because if you're like sitting there saying like, oh my gosh, I'm behind this month, and you're not behind, you're right on time. So like, think about it that way. It's okay. Like, it's all happening for you. And there's plenty of time right now to just draw a line in the sand and level up and be like, all right. So with that being said, what are you going to do to create the success that you want for the end of the month? So a few things that you could do. You could go live. on your personal page, which is what I need to do this weekend. I already said, I'm like, I'm doing it because I didn't do it this past weekend. Go live. Something good always comes out of me going, going live on my personal page. Get creative with a giveaway. We do giveaways all the time, but maybe you're going to put a spin on it and do something different, right? The most important thing, well, two most important things tomorrow night, the advocate opportunity call, because hello, that's going to help your TV. Your TV is what gets you to rank, right? And we all want to bring on a new advocate. That should be your goal every single month, to bring on a new advocate. So that's your priority, but also the Littles launch is your priority. So I haven't done this yet, but what I recommend, and some of you have done this and some of you haven't, what I recommend is you create an event within your group, just basically talking about, you're just creating an event for the launch of the Littles bar. And what that's going to do, and again, I haven't done it, but from what I understand, what that's going to do is it's going to kind of create some interest or some, like hype for the people that are in your group, because it's going to come up in a notification and it's going to be like Tabitha created, da, 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 da. Okay. And you can invite everyone in the group, I think. So that's going to come up in their like whatever. And that's going to get people hopefully interested who've been sitting on the sidelines, like not really paying attention. Okay. So you're really not going to do anything in the event. You could do stuff in the event, but why, when you have a group to speak to people? Really the event is just to kind of, again, give people that timeline, like, hey, you know, how it reminds you. So however you want to do that, if you want to wait, if you want to set it up like tonight, set it up tomorrow and have it launching on Wednesday, since that's the date that they're releasing it, great. It's not a big deal. It's nothing different than we're doing. It's just giving them kind of that heads up. And then you can share in your group some extra stuff about kids, about toxins and all the things. Okay, so that's that. Maybe you can throw together a last minute online party. Like maybe you're going to invite some people tonight to do a party for you. And maybe they're like, yeah, I could start Friday, or I could start, Thursday or whatever. So that's something. Maybe you're going to do a raffle, like the $10 raffle thing. And here's the most important part. You can do all those things, right? But something else that's a missing piece that will help you is being consistent with your stories and consistent with your posts. Just a little tip. So I did stories tonight and I shared about the advocate opportunity. If you want to go watch them to check it out, it's a little windy. I don't always get that windy, but I was trying to get a few points across. So I shared about the advocate opportunity, in which I've been slacking about. But what I'm going to do then tomorrow is I'm going to follow up with a post that is kind of also about the advocate opportunity. Because you can share posts, but people aren't always going to see them. You can talk on stories, but people aren't always going to see them. It's not just one post or one story that's going to get someone to be like, I want to do what she's doing. It's not that. So you need to be consistent on several areas. Timing's everything. If you're doing a post at 8 a.m. when everybody's getting to work, don't know. It could do okay, but probably not the greatest time, right? Done is better than perfect, so don't overthink it. But just something to think about. So I encourage you, if you haven't been consistent on social media, get creative, have fun with it, share. And it's okay if it's just small, because maybe you haven't been doing anything and maybe this is out of your comfort zone, and it's okay if it's just like a little bit to get you started. But engagement is everything. Create a poll on there and do the other day I just did a quick foundation primer, like super quick video, and I put it in InShot, which is a good app. If you need an app to speed some things up, put it in InShot. You can trim it down to how you like it. You can speed it up and shut the volume off. And then you save that clip to your phone, and then you upload it into your stories, and then you add music to it. And then you can put a poll up with it. Super easy. It was only 2 clips, but it was just like, I need a foundation, or I forget what the other tab said, but it just was an engagement post, because you just never know when someone's like looking at that and it's going to pique their interest. I feel like those stories get a lot. Okay, so I want you all to just say that right now, that your goals are going to happen. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, your goals are going to happen. Like, you have to believe it and feel it and be excited about it. Okay, really quickly, I want to cover one more thing before we dive into our power hour. which we won't probably take a full hour to do, just so you know. But so I want to cover on something really quickly that's so important, and we've talked about it, but I want to continue to set the bar for kind of the don'ts on social media. So it's real simple, in my opinion. Don't post your link, which none of you are doing. I've made the mistake and did it when I first started because like I didn't know that we weren't supposed to. And people were asking for my link underneath my live video. So in turn, you would think, okay, I'll just post my link, right? Because they're asking for it. It's not being spammy, and it really truly isn't, but it doesn't display the way that they want their company displayed. Okay, I didn't get in trouble or anything, but I'm just telling you that I don't put your link. And we want to set that bar for any new advocates that are coming in. The other thing is don't post stock photos. I mean, in your group, it's fine. And I'm not saying it's wrong or you're going to get in trouble for it, but I'm just saying that trust me when I say that when you post stock photos, nobody cares. Like people don't know. Here's the thing. We love Crunchy. We think it's amazing. We love the company. We love the products. We're obsessed, right? So it's hard to not think, why wouldn't they be obsessed with them? Like these are really great. Why wouldn't everyone want to do this? But people don't get it. People, again, get into a business a lot of times because of you, because they trust you, because they love what you're sharing, or they love the products, but they have to trust you sometimes, a lot of times before they're going to dive in with the product. So I would say that you're rarely, hardly ever going to share a stock photo unless it's in your group. Like I'm never, ever going to post a stock photo on my page simply because I'm not Crunchy. I love Crunchy. I love what they stand for. I love the mission. But Crunchy's the vehicle that I'm able to share health related things and I'm able to help a lot of women and build a business through, but I'm not Crunchy. I'm a lot of other things like a mom and a wife and an anxiety mindset advocate and a health advocate and all the things, right? Whatever your niche and brand is. So I want you to think about those things instead of sharing labels. I sometimes will post on my stories, you'll see a label. Okay. I also am a huge, like, be loud and proud about what you're doing, right? Be loud and proud about it because like, why not? But you can do that without sharing labels. And again, if a label shows in your video, don't overthink it and freak out. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen. It's just that I would steer clear from really putting very many labels up. Does that make sense? And simply because of just the way the company wants to stand out, they take a lot of pride in the way they want to stand out with not being spammy and salesy and just like a lot of other MLMs. That's the bottom line. It's nothing. It's not a big deal. And really, you should be having a lot of curiosity posts with maybe just, again, like my foundation one the other day. I mean, I have the bottle and I'm doing it, but I'm not necessarily like showing the label. And then people are like, what is it? What kind of product is it? And then I just tell them it's not a secret. I don't need to beat around the bush about it. And if I ever would say Crunchy in my stories, it's fine. I'm not going to overthink that. But I also just want you guys to kind of just think about that as you share, because it does make a difference on whether or not people are gonna it becomes white noise. It becomes white noise if they're just like Crunchy, Crunchy, Crunchy. They don't care. Again, they just don't because they don't get it because they've never maybe used the product. So it's not going to entice them like it does to us because we already know. Okay, does that make sense? So I just want to set that bar because we have new advocates always joining and we just kind of want to bring them in the right mindset of what to do. Okay, so I think that that's all for what I want to share first. So we're kind of a little running behind, but not terrible. So, okay, so we're going to dig in now with the power hour portion of this. So this is, I just call this power hour because it's basically essentially the hour that you are devoting to your business every day. You don't have to designate a full hour, right? We work in increments of time. That's how I built my business, is just in increments of time, but you get a lot done when you sit down and just hash it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set timers so that we're intentional and we're getting stuff done. And I'm going to put up an example in the comments, or in the chat, so you guys have something to go off of. You can use it, you can make it your own. I recommend that you make it your own so that you sound like you, right? You don't need to sound like me. You need to sound like you, like what you would share if you were talking to somebody. So the first 5 minutes are the simplest. We're literally going to set a timer. And while you guys are doing this, I'm going to be putting up a couple invites in the chat. You're going to be social on social media for 5 minutes. It's real simple. Comment, interact, engage, respond to somebody's story, give someone a compliment, build them up. You're building relationships. Okay. You're showing up on social media. So do that for 5 minutes. If you have questions, let me know, but it's real simple. You all know how to do that. So I'm going to put a timer up and ready, set, go. Sarah, we're just doing 5 minutes of connecting with people on social media. So just be social on social media, comment, respond to stories, like, whatever. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 5 minutes. I want to stay on track here because we have several things that I want to show you guys and kind of do with you. Okay, so now, so continue. If you feel like you want to do more of that later on after the call, go for it. But I think it's important that you do that because again, with if you're mostly working off of Facebook, the algorithm is going to be crucial in how you're responding and interacting. And like, you know why you see all of our stuff? Like we see each other's stuff because we're in each other's groups and we're constantly liking and interacting on Messenger and stuff. That's why we see each other's stuff. So you want to get other people, you want them to show up in your feed and you want to show up in their feed. So with doing that, even with messages, if you're sending invites and things, that actually helps you bump up in their feed if you didn't know that. Okay, so now we're gonna send invites. This is like a eat that frog kind of thing where you're just gonna bite the bullet and you're gonna be bold and you're gonna do it. Simple, and I'm not telling you you're gonna do it. I'm just saying like that's how I have to think about it. Is like, all right, I've gotta start new conversations. And in order to do that, I've got to be bold and I've just got to ask and reach out. And it's not spammy. It's not supposed to be, these are people that are either liking my photos. Okay, so here's how I do my invites personally. Um, I reach out to people that are liking my photos or I reach out to people that are watching my stories. That's typically where I reach out to people. Now, if you are maybe you connected with someone in person recently, or maybe you connected with someone online in a way, or whatever, and you made a new connection within another group that you're in, which just a side note, being in a group that has nothing to do with clean beauty, but maybe has to do with wellness or has to do with your niche, like if you're a dog mom and you have like a certain kind of dog and there's a group for that, well, that's great. Perfect place to meet people, right? There's so many different ways to meet people. But anyways, so as long as you've made some sort of a connection with that person, I feel like it's fair game to just ask them because you are just with the invite that I posted and I shared this in the chat. This is just a simple invite how to share. If you guys have an invite that you're sending that you feel like's good, or if you would like to share something else, because sometimes like I don't always know exactly, like y'all have great ideas too. So I would love to see what invite you're sending so that we can give each other different ideas on verbiage and just how to word it. But it's simple. I mean, give people a couple nuggets so that they know, okay, like so you've like I put like in this one, I finally found a toxic free skincare makeup line. Because that kind of shows that it's really hard to find, right? And then it performs. So everyone wants a good performing, whatever. So I'd love to see what you guys are sending. Feel free to use that invite or something like it. And reach out to 10 people that you've never reached out to. So this is why posts are super crucial. This is why consistency on social media is important because this is how you're actually going to be able to reach out to more people. And this is why sharing all the things about you, not just clean beauty, is important, right? Because not everybody's going to connect with you on clean beauty. Some people are going to connect with you on mom life. Some people are going to connect with you on whatever it is, right? So this is why it's great to share a variety of different ideas and what's on your heart in various ways. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? If you do, just put them up in the chat. I'm going to set the timer and I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to do this. I want you to get out as many as you can. I would set a goal to try to get 10 out. I think that's great if you can do that. And if you can do more, that's great. So if you have questions, let me know, but ready, set, go. Constance, did you have something? Okay, sorry. Okay, so that's 10 minutes, you guys. So how many did you get out? I'm curious. You can share if you want in the chat. Hopefully you got some good invites out there because awesome, Becky. Love it. Um, because even and I would continue tonight, like if you can, I would try to get to 10 if you can. Simply because if you think about it, like you're going to have that many follow-ups that you're going to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? The more ground you cover right now, the more you're going to like go into the end of the month and have follow-ups and have conversations. So good job, you guys. Yeah, it's all good. Like just do what you can. I call every conversation's a win. So don't beat yourself up. Do what you can. And just set that goal for yourself, you know? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to do follow-ups. So I recommend that you go through who have you talked to in the last week, who have you maybe messaged and gave info to, but they hadn't got back with you, or you sent your link and again they just haven't got back with you, or whatever, wherever the conversation left, do your follow-ups. Um, and I recommend that you try to like just hit as many people as you can, but 10 people, if you can follow up with 10 people, again, think about that. That's 10 new conversations and 10 follow-ups. That's 20 conversations you're having, not including other conversations you may have had already today. So that's huge. If you can keep 20 conversations going and don't make it difficult, don't overthink it. It's super simple, just like we just did it. It's awesome because tomorrow, again, if you reach out to even 5 new people tomorrow, but then you follow up with some of the ones that wanted info from tonight, it's just this cycle that's going to keep going and it's never going to feel stagnant if you're always having conversations. So I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to do that as well, just because that's important. Follow up, the fortunes in the follow up. You know how many exposures it takes people to jump and to say yes and to talk to you and to listen to your excitement about the products and all the things. So I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes and kind of find those people that you need to follow up with. And you might say, just to give you an idea, you might just say, in case anyone gets stuck or feels like, okay, because the magic question is always, how many days do I go before I like follow up with them? Again, don't overthink it. I feel like it's there's not a right answer, and there's no reason to like really just. It's like if you gave them the information yesterday and you still haven't heard back from them, send them a follow-up. It's fine. Just be like, hey, I just wanted to reach out. I didn't know if you had a chance to look at the link, or if you know, if there's any questions that you had, or if anything caught your eye, something like that. If it's been a few days, if it's been a week and maybe they slip through the cracks, definitely get them invited so they're kind of back on your like kind of they're on you're on their target, or they're on your target, or whatever.
What's wrong?
Okay. So hopefully you got some good follow-ups. Maybe finish up after this call if you have a few more people that you need to dig in. I always feel better after I do follow-ups just because sometimes that gets pushed off. So hopefully you feel good about that. Okay, the next thing, this is like really important. So this is gonna be kind of maybe different for some of you, but I want you to get comfortable with doing this. And that's going to be inviting people to the opportunity call tomorrow night. So I want you guys to, and I put an invite up already, and that invite would be for somebody who has already tried the products. Okay. I would set a goal to invite at least 3 people tonight to the call tomorrow night. Um, because again, if your goal is to get one person on the call, like we know how this goes, it's kind of a numbers game. You may have to invite 10 or 12 people to the call tomorrow night before you get someone to commit to saying yes, right? And some people say yes and then they don't get on the call. So I'm just saying that too. Like a lot of times people will be like, yeah, like I want to, I will, and then they don't get on the call. So if you get someone who says yes, I recommend that you follow up with them tomorrow. Um, and just remind them, like, here's the link to the call. I didn't create an event for this one. Maybe I should have. Maybe I'll do that in the future. That's probably smart. But I feel like it's super simple to just, shoot them the link over and tell them that you're going to be on there and you're excited to see them and whatever. So I encourage you guys right now to invite 3 people. This could be somebody that that's one of your friends, that's maybe someone in your family that is maybe on your dream team, someone that you just feel like would be amazing at this, or they need this in their life, or they love the products or whatever reason. Okay. So speak from your heart and just reach out. I can put another, if someone needs like another verbiage, like I'm happy to do that, but I think that you guys can do it. Just go for it and share it and ask if they would just be willing to check it out. It's as simple as that. So with that being said, let's take about, like, I'm going to say 7 minutes to do these few invites to the opportunity call tomorrow night. And just a side note, this would be super good for you guys to go live in your group. Like maybe tomorrow, it would be great to put a post up. Those people are already warm to Crunchy. So that would be awesome to kind of share in that group too, if you guys want to, in your community page. Okay, so there's our timer. Did y'all get those invites out, or at least a couple? Yay! I'm so proud of you guys. And just don't overthink it. Just be bold and share. So really quickly, one last thing, and I actually won't keep you on here for this last thing. Um, one of the most important pieces to all the messages that you're sending are that you're showing up in people's feed, right? And that you're sharing. So I'm giving you the topic tonight. One thing though, I encourage you. Sometimes it's hard to I understand that it can be hard to share the advocate opportunity. You're going to get better at it as you do it. Trust me. Like as you feel more comfortable, as you crush goals, as you bring on advocates, as you just get better as a leader and thicker skin and more confidence and all the things. And that comes with showing up and over again. But I want you guys to look at Kathy's post that she just did, simply because it's a really good example of how you can share. So there's just so many things about the advocate opportunity that you can share. It's not just about the business, but it's about how does it fit into your life? What does it look like for you? What do you see about this opportunity that's different? What has it opened maybe your eyes up to? Like there's so many avenues of things that you can take it. You can almost take an objection. Here's what I do with a lot of posts. It's like you could take an objection that someone would give you all the time. Like, I don't have time. I couldn't do what she does. There's no way it would work for me. I've tried other blah, 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 right? There's a million freaking objections and excuses people have, the reason why they can't build a business or do something. So take that and turn it into something that you can share to show inspiration on how they can do it, because they're no different than you, right? So anyways, I just wanted to share to give you an idea, because Kathy just did an awesome post about the opportunity in a way that kind of puts a spin on MLMs, because people have icky tastes, icky taste in their mouth about MLMs, which I love to bring light to, because it's like it's no different than like any other business. So, okay, so the last thing is I want you guys to do a post on, and this is going to come from your heart. This is going to be about you. And it's basically, the topic is going to be, what's your belief factor? Like, what's your belief scale for yourself? What's your belief scale for yourself? And you could start the post with, what's your belief scale for yourself? Question mark. Like that would intrigue people, right? Because let's face it, we've all had a belief scale of 0. And hopefully you don't have that now, but maybe your belief scale is lower, but I hope it isn't, because you can't speak to people if your cup is super drained, right? You can't speak to people if you're feeling super drained. So if it's not on your heart tonight to share, I encourage you to do it tomorrow. But within the next 24 hours, I encourage you to share a post that's something about belief, because someone out there doesn't believe in themselves at all. Like there's so many people out there that are in their own way, that are stopped in their tracks because they don't believe in themselves. So you're going to be that person that shows up in their feed that maybe you didn't used to believe in yourself. Maybe this has given you the belief. Maybe this has helped you gain confidence, whatever it is. And I can help you if you just reach out to me and say, like, here's what I've got so far. Can you help me kind of tie things up? I would love to do that, because it's kind of my jam to just share my heart and to kind of share stuff that gives people kind of the nugget that they might need to really just see your heart. So put a picture up of you. Don't put a picture up of like anything else. Just saying. That's what I recommend. Just because people are friends with you because they love you and they know you, not because they want to see, like, I don't know. It's going to stop them more if you do a picture of yourself. Okay. Does anyone have any questions or comments? So on my list is to get my Littles event set up within my group, because I need to do that. And then I'm sharing about the advocate opportunity call, and I'm doing a post tomorrow for that call, maybe tonight if I get it done in time. And then just continuing, like I already have my live set up for this week. Like again, set yourself up, think about things that you're going to be able to do, because you might have a reorder. Here's what's really cool. Like we know how this works. you push and you like are sending out new invites and you're thinking in your mind like I've got to have new people to place orders, right? But then someone comes in and they place a reorder and you didn't even expect it. But then you worked hard enough to where you got really close to the goal, but then someone came in and reordered or maybe two things, and then there you are. You're sitting at the goal that you set out to achieve. So go for it. Okay, anything else? I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful. I'd love to hear feedback if that was super helpful. And I recommend that you set up your power hours like that every day, and you can do more. There's other things you can do, but that's kind of the gist of what I recommend doing to just kind of keep conversations going. So, okay. Have a good night.